Guys, welcome back to another Wrathbox tournament report. This time we're actually taking the W with the beautiful waifu Kassai, going 3-1, went undefeated up until the last round and made a costly pitch cost mistake, which then turned the whole game around, and I ended up losing that one. But due to resistance and ties and whatnot, my 3-1 record was still enough to get me the win. Going undefeated helped me put up a strong record up until the end, but we'll get into those rounds and get into the deck list here, and we'll get into the prize as well. So first off, you guys know we play the beautiful Kassai. She's the beautiful waifu of the game, and we're going to go over the equipment list. So, and yes, we played the go wide version actually here. So as far as equipment goes, we went Bracers of Belief, the Vest of the First Fist, Hope's Merchant's Hood, and the Refraction Bolters. Of course, your 2 Centauri Sabers, and as well as a full Null Rune set in case we run into any wizards. Fortunately, we didn't. It was actually round 1. We played against a Rune Blade, close matchup, and partner did miscalculate a few, calculations. He was playing that 1-turn kill build and wasn't able to seal it out before I was able to take that win. And that's our round 1. And then let's get into the deck list, and we'll get into round 2 as well. And these are the equipment pieces, our weapons. So going into round 2, actually I lied, we did play a wizard. What am I thinking? In round 2 we do play a wizard, and I opt to keep in the wizard matchup. This was the equipment set that I ran. I actually opted to keep the hood over the bolters, simply because sometimes it's, yeah, you could get the go again, but I've noticed that you just may run into a red hand, and you're better off, hope Merchant's Hood your hand to try to go ahead and get some blues as opposed to getting stuck with a red hand. So that's the reason why I actually went with that setup. It did pay off because there was a hand that I had like 3 reds and a blue, so I had to Hope Merchant's Hood that hand away and pull out something better, which ended up getting like, another blue, a yellow, and a red, which was a much better hand against a wizard matchup. So that's actually my round 2. So in round 2, we go up against the wizard, and let me drop down the list. So in the list, we play the full line of your Warrior's Valor. So that'd be your 2 blues, 2 yellows, and 2 red. And round 2, we play up against a wizard. Oh, I'm over here. Let me fix some of these. Here we go. We play against the wizard, and again, unfortunately for my opponent, he wasn't able to really get that big setup going. They did kind of come close, but he was off a couple of damage towards the end because I did swing. I went ahead and just, I think this was our chance. Opponent got pretty low. I swung Centauri, pitched for an overpower. I had like probably 8 or 9 life left, where I was like, okay, if he can swing this 8 or 9 life here, then he'll take it. If not, then I'm gonna win this, because he is in I did put him in attack reaction phase off the overpower, so he had to win it there or he was dead. So fortunately for us, he wasn't able to pull it off, and we were able to take that win. But we also play the full line of hit and run. We play your 2, man, the lighting is terrible right there. Let me fix that here. There we go. We played your 2 Glint the Quicksilvers. Actually was able to pick these up. Earlier I did buy a case, which I was able to pull one. And then awesome community of ours that we have here was able to get another Glint for the tournament. We also play 2 red Iron Song. We also play the 2 blue and 2 red Overpower. Mini games won on this Overpower, and just attack reactions in general. We also what are we saying? So let's go into round 3. So it was Rune Blade, Wizard, and then into round 3 we played Ninja. And in this matchup I kind of went off. I was able to pull off a big string with the go wide. I will tell it to you in a second. I want to see if I can get to the list. I can show you what cards are here, but we also played 2 blue Dauntless, 2 blue Steel Blade Shunts. I'll just get into it because we played the go wide version. So it was, we do have an Enlightened Strike in the list. I was able to pull some Enlightened Strikes off the case. So we go swing Centauri. Had the red hit and run off my arsenal. Pop refraction bolters. Play hit and run. Pop the bracers. Unfortunately, I whiffed the bracers and swung in lightning strike for 10 because I did the 7 plus the 3 off the hit and run, and I whiffed the bracers for a full like 12 hit. In lightning strike was a crazy play. It was awesome because it was like it was I think it was a blue hit and run. Centauri off. Actually, I didn't even have to pop yes, I had to pop the second bracers, which in hindsight I probably should have went red hit and run, save the bolters, but you know, you learn those as you play in the tournament. So I believe it was like blue hit and run, swing Centauri, pop swing Centauri again, pop bracers, pop bolters, red hit and run, and then the big in lightning strike, which in hindsight I probably should have done blue hit and run, swing Centauri, play red hit and run, swing Centauri, save the bolters, and then in lightning strike for 7. I would still get the 3 off. I would still get that 3 damage though, not in one big chunk, but still within the combat chain. So in hindsight, if you look at it, I could have probably saved the bolters, but it was a big play. This was against the ninja. That was round 3. That swing there just turned the whole game around for me. So we do play the 2 red sharpened steels. We also play 1 route and 1 spoils of war. Not that the deck list needs 1. I only currently have 1, and spoils of war right now are like just super overpriced, so I only have 1 in the list. We play 1 red and 1 blue stroke of foresight. And yep, that is for there. We also play 2 cash-ins. I know for some reason the lighting is like terrible there, so I'm not gonna blind you guys. We play 2 cash-ins, 2 sigils, and then we'll go ahead and talk about round 4. So in round 4, we go up against another warrior, and this one's Dorinthia. If you guys know, as far as the equipment goes, I don't have access to the refrigerator, and the refrigerator is your, let me see, grab the equipment out. So the refrigerator, if you have your bolters, your Courage of Blade Hold, and the Brave Forge bracers, you can, oh, and the Arcanite helmet, you can then block for 7, which gives you the refrigerator. So that's what they call it. I was actually in the lead in that game, and I had momentum. It wasn't until opponent was able to refrigerator block for one of his hands, which then turned the momentum around. This chair is just creaking everywhere. Which was able to then turn the game around and turn momentum back into his favor. Unfortunately, I didn't have access to refrigerator, so I had to kind of just take his hit. And this is where I was going to go into that big play where I miscalculated my pitch, and I unfortunately lost the game the turn after. So, and I'm going to go over that in a second, but we also played 2 red push the point, 2 red ravenous rabbles, and 2 red enlightened strikes. I was able to pull my set of enlightened strikes soon, so I can finally stop complaining, and I have no excuse now. But anyways, so we go into round 4. You know what? I can actually draw up the play. So that is the deck list. Let me see if I can keep it up here for you guys so you guys can see it, and I'll see if I can just pull out the cards. So I messed up my pitch value. It was red overpower, blue overpower. Trying to see what else was in my hand. Trying to remember. It was the push the point and a yellow warrior's valor. So here was the play. Here was the big swing that I was gonna do, because it was and I believe I had something in my arsenal because I had the 5-card hand. Let me see if I can. I mean, it was a few days ago. Unfortunately, it was a few days ago. I did get a little bit busy, so I couldn't record and try to get up the video. I've been a little bit busy with work and other things, but it was something, and I had a chance to. I did have a chance. Oh my God, the camera's kind of shaking a little bit. Hold on. All right, I did have a chance to try to fish for it, even though in hindsight I did mess up, because I still had my hood available to actually go back in for the right amount to pitch. So it was I believe I had the push the point in the arsenal, was it? And I had, I'm trying to remember this. So it was 1, 2, 3. Yes, I had another red card in my hand that I believe it was a red. I believe it was a red Warrior's Valor that was in my hand and had this one in the arsenal. So it was something like it was blue pitch overpower, play yellow warriors on top of a Centauri. So that leaves me with 1 pitch here, which I then go into, so no, this was a yellow because I was able to pay for that. I was able to pay for the, yeah, it was a yellow. I think it was a yellow, another yellow Warriors Valor. There we go. I think it was a double yellow Warriors Valor. So it was like pitch, blue, red overpower, swing 1, swing again with Centauri. So there goes your 2 pitch. Swing again with Centauri for 2, so I have 1 floating. Let me see if I can grab some dice so you guys can see it a little bit clearer. But actually, it wouldn't be a bad idea. And these are the things that you learn from. Let's see if I can pull out a dice real quick to keep pitch value counting. So we have 1 floating, and I end up going this, pitching the Warrior's Valor, playing the red overpush. All right. I forgot, I miscalculated the pitch here, and I popped bolters. I had just popped bolters, and I was gonna go push the point. I was gonna go Centauri. So I go Centauri, right? I go Centauri, and not realizing that I didn't have my pitch, I couldn't have done my pop bolters into another push to play for just a huge swing, which in hindsight I still had my so I ended up taking the turn before this. I took like a 10 damage swing because I saw this play. I saw 2, 4, 6. So I saw the 2, 4 plus the 6, a 10 plus the 6 plus the 2. So I saw an 18 swing damage here. I was like, you know what? I'll take 10 damage to swing, because then you would go this. I was gonna pop bolters if this was the play. Potentially get bolters down, and this was gonna be the big winning play for me. And it just seems so happens that I wasn't paying attention and I miscalculated my pitch, and so I couldn't get this off because of the pitch value. And then in hindsight, after the play was over, I realized I still had my hood available. I could have been aggressive, thrown away the Warrior's Valor to try to get a blue to pitch that 1 to try to seal the game out. And unfortunately, I didn't do that. I didn't notice that I still had the hood available, and I could have went in hard for the pitch. And yeah, unfortunately, that play just turned the game around. I ended up arsenaling this, and I didn't get the next turn. I just died. So I took a 10 damage hit, and I ended up only trading for 10, 12, instead of trying to finish the game when he had 3 or 4 HP left. But it is what it is. I ended up losing that round, or something more or less of similar that would happen, and I ended up losing that round, going 3-1. But because I went undefeated, and due to resistance and trades and ties and other things like that, I was still able to pull out the win. I was still able to pull out the W, and we won the sweet, beautiful, oh man, I should fix the camera, cold foil MK Data Doll. So we got another waifu here, so another beautiful cold foil for the win. That was the deck list. That was the little mishap that I had in my round 4, which not paying attention to my pitch value, I ended up taking a big turn swing and not returning the favor when I when I thought I could have. But it is what it is, and we still take the W. We still take the 3-1. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Beautiful, sweet foil cold data doll MK2. I'm not gonna retire the Kassai because she is my favorite, but I am gonna look into another Blitz deck that I'm gonna probably get into. I'm actually thinking of going into Katsu. I don't see a lot of Katsu, so I love Underdog, and we're gonna see if we can try to make maybe Katsu or something around those lines, something something fun to see if we can take another nice little W. But nonetheless, guys, that is the deck list. That is the those are the rounds, and that is the sweet cold foil Data Dog promo. Thank you.